I don't know about you, but I love watching two very successful, very famous people basically have complete breakdowns on the internet. I know that this analogy gets used a lot, but it really is a car crash that you just can't look away from. And also because the internet is the way it is today, it's usually a car crash where you're placing bets on who's going to come out alive. As morbid as that sounds, this situation is pretty much that. So you may have heard of Dillon Danis, the American mixed martial artist. So this guy is in like the welterweight division of the MMA. But the thing is, he seems to have quite a high reputation at the minute of being kind of a massive scammer.
Hi, Dylan. I'm launching a crypto NFT platform called sour.gg and was wondering what your rate is for an Instagram story post or Twitter post for promotion. And so I thought it would fool Dylan, and I was actually right. Because Dylan immediately responds with, "Want to do a tweet?" And then I love this next part. What is it? Dillon Danis surely wouldn't promote a crypto zoo project, right? Because he's, he feels too bad for the victims. He wouldn't promote something nearly identical. Oh, wait. He said, sounds dope. And then ETH? Question mark?
Now, Dillon Danis at the minute is going head-to-head with Logan Paul. So it is basically a scammer against a slightly more successful scammer. So Dillon and Logan have been basically doing what every single fight press conference does, where they have a bunch of fake beef. Some of it's legit, but they do come very prepared. Like, for example, at the press conference, you had Dillon Danis, and he was basically wearing the alien toy hat from Toy Story, the exact same one that Logan Paul was wearing during that event in a certain Japanese forest many years ago. And then Logan, in turn, shows a poster of Dillon Danis being choked out by security outside of a bar with the caption, "Real Fighter." Now, we've seen these press conferences before. It's usually just they'll sit down, they'll talk some smack, and then at the very end, they'll get up out of their chair and be like, what? You want to go? You want to go? And then, like, security kind of lightly tugs them away, like, no, you can't do that. That's pretty much every press conference in a nutshell. I mean, we saw it before when Logan Paul and KSI were going head-to-head in a press conference before they realized they could actually make a lot more money by teaming up and selling one of the worst drinks known to mankind. But this press conference, I do have to say, they really did take it to the next level. Like, for example, Logan got his team to bake an entire cake of Dillon Danis lying down flat, apparently knocked out, with a camel toe. And also at one point, the smack talking reached new heights. If you haven't seen Dillon Danis's Twitter at the minute, he's a little bit rent-free about Logan Paul's fiance. That's because Logan's fiance has basically slept with pretty much everyone in Hollywood before getting to Logan Paul. And then, of course, on top of that, they mention the crypto zoo scam because, of course, they do. But the irony about it is, they're both scammers. They're both huge scammers. So you call one guy out for being a scammer, that doesn't actually then disprove of you scamming your fans. So if you take a look at Dillon Danis's Twitter, like I said, him being rent-free about Logan's fiance is a little bit of an understatement. I think if you go on his follows, the only people he seems to follow is like Tristan and Andrew Tate. So you kind of know the angle this guy's going for. Complete psychological warfare. So here's one, for example, look a puppy, am I the best you ever had? Just basically what Dillon will do is just get pictures of Nina, Logan's fiance, and just post them with other men that she's been with in the past. I think even at one point she was with Leonardo DiCaprio, so the girl gets around. And then they had this as well, the DAZN press conference, but what they did is just totally removed Dillon Danis and just had Nina there instead.
Asshole. You know how long it's been since you last Yeah, 1,530.
You don't,
and I know that.
1,530 days.
How long
it's been that long.
You sent me so many messages and brag about having 1,500 bodies. Well, you're obviously a piece of I got something for you. What happened here? No.
Oh, it's genius. There's another tweet here saying my #1 informant of showing Mike Malaj. If you don't know who Mike is, he's basically Logan Paul's like complete sideman. So they will never be separated no matter where they go. They are just conjoined at the hip. But obviously, like he's trying to psy up Logan a little bit here by basically implying that his best friend is like an informant, which just it isn't the case at all. Okay, that one's kind of mean. That one's kind of mean. I don't get it. Like, is it bad to have too much of a jaw now? Because I don't have a jawline. I still look like a toddler. Like that. I feel like maybe I should stop mewing. Maybe. But now, funnily enough, the trolling from Dillon has actually got so bad that Nina Logan's fiance, is now filing a restraining order and is trying to sue him and hoping that he sees jail time. Now, I do want to say, thankfully, the community posts on Twitter, they came in clutch, because here's his tweet saying, Nina's filed a massive lawsuit against me. She filed a restraining order against me and is seeking prison time. And then community notes come up and say, no, she's not actually seeking prison time. She's asked for 150K from Dennis for posting private explicit pictures, which breaks federal law, and for a restraining order. Now, you can really see how there is just multiple layers of cap on all of this. I mean, obviously, like her trying to sue, that basically comes from, apparently she had her iCloud leaked, or Samsung or Android or whatever, and he got hold of those private pictures and posted them. She's not going after him for like all the immense amounts of trolling, even though she probably wishes she could without looking petty. But this whole looking for jail time, I think Dylan has made it up to basically like, you know, fuel his own agenda against Logan. Now, there is an element to this story I didn't want to talk about, and that includes Aiden Ross, and Aiden Ross somehow getting a W. This is like unheard of on the Paracynical channel or the Paraslop channel. Him getting a W, it is impossible. You need to get every single planet to align, and then the sun shoots through every single one for Aiden Ross to even get anywhere near the letter W, because he keeps taking L's. But here in this clip, you can actually see Dylan showing a picture of Logan's fiance to Aiden, and his reaction is just priceless.
Can I ask you a question? Like,
oh,
no.
I know.
Like, can I say that? Like, who?
I don't know. Is that even worse?
All right.
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck, bro?
So you know I'm not lying?
Bro, what the fuck, bro?
I told you I wasn't lying, no? Now you get a vouch for me.
No, that is wild, bro. I actually feel really bad.
Tell me if I did, they would pull the fight if I posted it.
Definitely. Like, that's too far.
You think so?
Bro, come on, bro.
Now, that restraining order I mentioned earlier that she was basically doing on Dylan, that did actually go through, and he's now not allowed to post any more like explicit pictures. Again, I guess pictures of her with like every celebrity in Hollywood, that's still fair game, but anything explicit, he's probably going to look at a huge fat fee or even jail time. Now, I do want to say I usually don't talk about topics like this because obviously anything going on in like the fighting scene, the boxing scene, it is all incredibly staged, it's incredibly fake. But you can really tell at like a core level, this is actually tilting Logan beyond belief, because at the minute, he's actually turned off replies on his Twitter. So unless you're like a follower or someone that bought into Crypto Zoo, I guess, Lamau, you can't actually interact with his tweets, because every time he posts, he just gets reminded of his fiance being with other men. I even saw this one meme once, I don't know if I can get it on screen, and it was like a queue of men, like dozens of men waiting to like bed this one girl, and at the back of the queue it was Logan Paul. Yeah, I just thought that was a funny situation to talk about. I just think it's hilarious, like scammers getting scammed and then scammers scamming but not scamming. I don't know, just don't drink Prime. There you go.